Hey, I'm Noah.
Hey, I'm Tim.
And this is our ongoing comic strip AP of Dogs in the Vineyard.
All right, so today I am in the GM seat.
So I'll be playing Terrence Witt.
All right, and we're returning to familiar landmarks, right? We left New Hope.
Yep.
And we're kind of skipping past some stuff between there and our next spot.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping past that whole territorial authority. We're going to kind of just explain what happens rather than play out this big battle between two sides. I think it's maybe not the most interesting part of the story.
Yeah, it's interesting to deal with the consequences
right.
of what happened there.
Yeah, we want to see the fallout, not necessarily this isn't our action movie.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's jump ahead to the action of being at the capital of the West of Eden and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We're a day out from Eden, staying in Red Rock Canyons. My men's morale is low as we were forced into a bloody conflict with the territorial authority. Both sides took losses. Words arrived that Eden's become a territorial outpost for bureaucrats, and the faithful live here too, but it's under territorial law. My position has changed somewhat. I fear that I'm becoming more like my father. I know that when we moved out west, this is not what we intended, and we either have to fight for our land or leave. My name's Terrence Witt, and I'm a dog.
It's a mild late summer night. It's not yet cold enough that you would need a thick woolen blanket. Yeah, you're close enough to Eden that you know to be careful. So someone's on watch.
I am.
Yeah.
I haven't been sleeping well, probably. I think we lost 2 or 3 dogs. We took their bodies for about a day or so and buried them out on the road. Left signifiers for it. But everybody's been pretty quiet, and there's not that vitriol we had before. Even Wiley is subdued at the amount of violence that he's seen.
You hear a sound coming from a scrub oak just east of where you're standing. Whoop. Psst. Hey, little brother. And you can see the outline of the shadow behind the tree, and it's just far enough from the camp.
I feel bad that I let him get this close. I'm probably more tired than I realize.
Right.
But I recognize it as Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean my gun's not
right
on my side and loaded.
Walk out to the scrub oak there.
Yeah.
His arms are open to give you a big hug.
I do not give him a hug. In fact, I kind of push him farther away from the camp.
So he keeps holding his arms out. It's gone from a hug to having his arms up as if he's being accosted here. But he looks in good spirits, a little worse for the wear since you saw him last, and you're close enough to smell, whiskey on his breath. But
sure.
Just glad to see that you're doing okay.
How'd you find me out here?
Brother, what are you doing out here? This is a regular, a deja something or whatnot. You're out here with a part of a posse, it looks like, right?
How long you been watching us?
A few hours now. I got a group of my own. Not gonna keep any of that from you. I'm a real straight shooter. They let us know that there were some dogs and coats nearby, and that gets them all edgy, these folks. And so I thought, hey, I'm gonna see if maybe there's a familiar face, brother.
Now, I don't know what you're planning, but I want no part.
Well, exactly.
Are you threatening my dogs? Is your men around here? And I start glancing around.
He says, they're far enough, and I believe we're speaking the same sentiment here. I don't want your dogs coming anywhere near my Crescent Moon gang. I'm sure you've heard of the group here. I would just cause unnecessary bloodshed, and so now that you're here, I figure you can take this message up to the chain of command, whoever's running your little yippity-yappity dogs. Let them know, don't interfere with us, and everything should be okay out in Eden.
And are you still banditing Eden?
Little brother, when you told me to go home to Daddy, that man would have strung me up and not let me down till the crows were done feasting, so I went to the only family that I know, these other outlaws and bandits, and the dogs' problems really is what they are. The dogs keep kicking these folks out of town and they don't got nowhere else to go, and so, hey, we're all here banditing. So, yes, taking pot shots at the territorial authority and making a living best we can.
Well, some things never change, I guess.
So I want to tell my people that everything here is square. But I request, who is the person running this posse? I can let them know the name of someone to watch out for.
Well, now that depends. Now, who's running your Crescent Moon gang? Would that be you in charge?
That would be me, little brother.
Well, then, we are speaking as the two leaders of our two groups. Our father put me in charge of these yippity yappers, as you so call them.
Daddy Wit did that. So, brother, I'm not disappointed. I love you very much, dear brother, and an older brother wouldn't be disappointed, but are you just following your daddy's orders now? I mean, I thought you were a good man because you were your own man.
I think I just stare at him.
And then he breaks the gaze to look at the starry night, and just let that silence soak in for a bit.
I was against all this, fighting with the territorial authority when I first started out here. But sometimes I don't see any other way. Eden's supposed to be our capital, and from what I hear, it's being turned into just another city back east.
Times are changing, brother. But I hear your plight. I mean, I feel like you're getting pushed out much the way I felt pushed out of the fold. Let me tell you about an opportunity. Perhaps a little more detail about what the Crescent Moon gang has up its sleeves. Tomorrow night, we're going to be heading on into town. The new sheriff of town, former branch steward Virgil, you know the man well, he had the gall to lock up a good buddy of mine. He's at a gambling house there, said my buddy was cheating, and complete fallacy, obviously. So, we're going to have a little prison break. And it's going to be rather big. You might remember my fireworks last time. And, well, hey, those fireworks got a lot bigger with the Crescent Moon gang. It sounds like we're fighting the same authority here, you and I. We could arrange to be in the same place at the same time, but never the twain shall meet.
Well, that sounds like a damn foolish plan. But I don't have a ton of options. You say there's no branch steward anymore?
What need would they have for a branch steward? They cut off all ties to Bridal Falls. They don't need no branch steward. Brother, you don't need to give an answer right this moment. You'll know where to find us. And I'll just tell my pack to behave. But keep in mind, well, you got a pack of dogs there. I'm running with the wolves. So watch yourself, and I'll be looking out for you, brother. The Crescent Moon gang is... And then you hear a whinny of a horse. Franklin goes for his holster. And from behind another tree, you see the familiar face of Sister Clementine atop her horse. And she steps out. Yeah, so last you saw her. So she... you rescued her from the church in New Hope.
Right.
She then left your camp to fight her own battle. I mean, for what you know, it's hard to tell if she really won or not. She looks like she fought for sure. Yeah. That braid of hers that you remember is cut short in the back. Her face looks still bruised, and I think she overheard the last bit of that conversation. I have a personal relationship with the Crescent Moon gang. I'll have no business with any of you. And she turns her horse around and goes, toward where the other horses are.
Tell Franklin, you watch out for her. After a mostly sleepless night, I've decided to go along with my brother Franklin's stupid, idiotic plan. I don't care about his buddy in the prison. I do care that there is no branch steward in Eden. This will be rectified. If I have to use my brother's help to do so, well, that's what it'll have to be. As we pack up that morning, I notice that Sister Clementine has left. Well, I hope she doesn't interfere with our plans. She's hard to read these days. We follow the Red Canyon paths winding down towards Eden. It's a beautiful night, much like last night. The purple skies overlooking the few lanterns that light Eden, but it looks like the Jewel of the West, like they call it. Wish it wasn't such ugly reasons we were here. Hey, I'm Noah.
Hey, I'm Tim.
And this is our ongoing comic...
Hi, this is Jason from The Gauntlet. If you enjoyed this episode of Comic Strip AP, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. We have many other Comic Strip AP shows available, each organized in their own sequential playlist for easy listening. Just go to youtube.com and search for Gauntlet RPG.